Hi, Nancy Mueller here with another Empowerment CPR segment. Today I'd like to talk to you about things we carry over from childhood. There's a lot of evidence to prove that abused children will grow up to be abusive parents or abuse someone else's child. But this video is for those of us who have had a less than empowering childhood and gone on to empower others. We've taken what we've learned, what we've experienced, and what we've gone through. We've come out on the other side, and we're using our gifts, our talents, our experience to empower others. Because we know what it's like, we know what it feels like to let go of the past. Remember, it's not what happens to you that matters. It's what you do with what happens to you that really matters. So if you're holding on to something that was less empowering from childhood, what would it take for you to let it go? Well, I can certainly share with you how I have done it and how I teach others to do it. But first, it's really important to understand where this all comes from. Because the most abusive relationship we can have is the relationship that we have with ourselves. We can find so many excuses to beat ourselves up, to have negative self-talk. You know, there's that little voice inside your head that starts talking when someone else stops talking. For instance, if someone looks at you and says, that's all they have to do, and they could walk away and you could say to yourself, wow, what's their problem? What did I do wrong? Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to. Or you could be empowered and you could say, I think that person's really having a rough day. See, it's about empowering you, because we always think that when someone judges us, when someone says or does something to us, that it's about something we did. And rarely is that the case. Rarely. But as I said, the most important relationship that we can have is the relationship that we have with ourselves. So what is your self-talk? How much have you carried over from childhood? How much have you allowed that inner child who learned to cope in your childhood to bring with you through adulthood your choices and your beliefs? Because every choice we make today is based on our beliefs, and every belief that we have is based on what we were taught as children. You know, Don Miguel Ruiz, in his book, The Four Agreements, he calls it domesticating the children, much like we would domesticate the family pet. When we do something wrong as children, we're punished. When we do something right, we're rewarded. So we learn to do things that feel good, that we get rewarded for. And we carry those feelings into adulthood with us. Whether you realize it or not, you absolutely do. So when you stop to think about what is disempowering you in adulthood, is it in your relationship? Is it in your career? Is it in your finances? Is it in your spiritual life? Where do you feel the most disempowered? Is it as a parent, trying to be a good parent? You know, I'm sure that we all said to ourselves at one time or another, I will never do X, Y, Z that our parents did. And yet I bet you find yourself every once in a while saying something and you say, oh my gosh, that was my mother. You know, this just goes to prove that we carry things, ideas, situations, experiences, and feelings with us, and emotions from childhood into adulthood. Have you ever heard a woman say, man, there's just no good men out there. I keep attracting all the wrong guys, all the losers. Why aren't there any good men out there? Well, I'm going to be a little in your face and let you know that you are attracting exactly what you're putting out there. How are you treating yourself? How do you empower yourself? How do you teach others to treat you? What do you allow others to get away with that you absolutely do not want them to be getting away with? You know, it starts so gradually. One day someone will say or do something to us and we let it slide. And we give ourselves all kinds of excuses. Oh, that person's in a bad mood. Oh, that person's just having a bad day. Oh, that person's not feeling well. But if that's something that you did during childhood, that's a pattern. See, we look for patterns. What are the patterns that you have that cause you to have specific beliefs which is where all of your choices are based from. It's very important that you give yourself permission to be absolutely 100% honest with yourself. And the most important advice I can give you is to stop blaming others. Oh, I'm this way because this happened in my childhood. Oh, I'm this way because you just don't understand what it was like for me. There are plenty of people who have suffered at the hands of others, but not every one of those people have gone on to make others suffer. There are people who have suffered at the hands of others who remember what that felt like and have empowered themselves to make sure that they either never do that to someone else, or that they take what they learned, they take what they experienced, and we've come out on the other side and we're empowering others. We're saying, look, it's possible, you can do it. How do I know this? Because I've done it. You know, there was a time in my life when I felt like I was here to be someone's punching bag, or that there was just absolutely no self-worth on my part. I had no value, no self-worth. It was so frustrating for me because I'm told that we're supposed to be here to be joyful and happy and have a wonderful life. And my life was anything but. And there are times when we have people who are leading what outsiders look to see as the perfect life. And we judge ourselves based on that person. Oh my gosh, look at her, she has everything. Oh my gosh, I wish I could be her. There's a quote by Jerry Lewis that says, people can tell you how much they like your shoes, but only you know how much they hurt your feet. Remember, never, never, never compare yourself to someone else. You matter. You have value. You have worth. And you have so much love to give. What will it take for you to see yourself as this loving, wonderful, valuable gift? Because I promise you, that's what you are. And when you learn to embrace that, the world changes. Colors get brighter, life gets happier. And I know this sounds like a Disney movie, but it's true. What would it take for you to change your life? What one choice could you change today that would start empowering you on a daily basis? Whether it's in your relationships, your finances, your health, your spiritual being, what one choice can you change? You've heard me say that life is all about choices. And trust me, it is about understanding your beliefs, because your choices are based on your beliefs. But I'm here to tell you, it's easier said than done. And you know why? Because those things that we believed are so ingrained in us. Even me, even today, sometimes I slip back into something and I don't even realize it. And then when I'm having some challenges, I take a look at it and I say, really, Nancy? After all this time, you've done this again? You've made this same choice again? What is your problem? Even me, with all of the work that I've done and all of the work that I do for others, I can still slip into that. It's very important for me to be transparent because I want you to know that my life isn't perfect. But I have learned how to watch for signs, how to watch for patterns, and how to pay attention to my beliefs, because every one of my beliefs are what I base my choices on. And if you think that this is not valuable information, just think about some of the habits that you have. It could be something as simple as the brand of toothpaste that you use. Where did that belief come from? Why do you choose that brand? You know, it might be inconsequential when it comes to what you brush your teeth with, but it makes a huge difference when it's about relationships, sex, religion, your career, money, your spiritual being. It's so important for you to understand your belief system, what you've carried with you from childhood on. It's so important for you to value you. If anything I have said today has rung a bell with you, has struck a chord, has got you thinking, please connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. You can connect with me at www.nancymuellerglobal.com. You can live chat with me or any of the other areas or ways to get a hold of me. If you're feeling something right now, watching this video, thinking, act on it. Act on it. Don't judge. Don't judge yourself. Don't say, she wouldn't want to talk to me. Yes, I would. That's why I'm here. I believe that this is exactly why I was put on this planet. To empower others. Because I know what it feels like to lead a disempowered life. And I know what it feels like to come out on the other side. And trust me, once you come out on the other side, once you're living that empowered life, you party like purple every single day. Because to me, party like purple means that you love your life. You have fun, you have joy, you have happiness. And the best way that I can explain it is party like purple. So for all of you who are looking to lead an empowered life, or who understand how to lead an empowered life, please go on to share your message with others. Keep encouraging others to be empowered, to be happy, to practice self-love, and to never let someone treat you less than you will treat yourself. And if someone is treating you less than you want to be treated, take a look in the mirror. How are you treating yourself? What choices are you making? And what different choices can you start making today, this very moment, that are going to empower you on a daily basis? This is Nancy Mueller with another segment of Empowerment CPR, and I look forward to hearing from you. Ciao for now.